Chu Xiaoling. Too late. Too late. Chu Xiaoling.
It was a typical Sunday morning run. I thought, get up at 6, start running for 2 hours, and head home for breakfast with the family. 2 minutes after a slow jog, I felt a sudden pain. It felt as though one very large arm was squeezing my heart. And when I look at my stopwatch, it says 155. How did I go from 60 to 155 in 2 minutes? Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't bother about it. I slowed down. It went down to 140, no more pain. A week later, being very excited with my friends, J and K and L, Shell, we headed off to Penang to get ready for our Penang Food-a-thon and half marathon. It was the 5th half marathon that I participated. And throughout the day, we enjoyed great food. The morning of the run, bang! We started running again. 5 minutes later, it felt like 2 large arms were squeezing my heart. I broke down in cold sweat, while all the other runners were sprinting past me. There was no wind. And then, something very definitive happened. A slow but sure numbness radiated from my left shoulder to the elbow, to the tips of my fingers. In my mind, I thought, oh no, it's too late! I'm gonna die! Nora Jones' song rang in my mind. It's too late, baby, it's much too late. Don't really try to fix it. Something inside has died. I think I really died on that day. I pushed the song away and I thought, is this a heart attack? Is this a stroke? It was very sure that something was not right. I thought to myself, I'm going to cough. Cough real hard to make sure the heart does not stop. I slowed down my pace, checked every minute, 140, kept on running, looked around for the marshals. At halfway point, I was sweating. It was Flamingo Hotel. I made a turn, and I was very sure I could finish this 21 kilometers. Ladies and gentlemen, do not wait for too late. For the next 2 weeks, I spent time with the cardiologist and Dr. Google to find out what happened. I realized that what I had on those 2 occasions were what medically termed as angina, blockage to the heart. I was just reminded by my kids, Mommy, how old are you? 40, is it? Last year, I was not yet 40. I learned from the Ministry of Health and Dr. Google that the #1 killer for both male and female in Malaysia is a heart attack. And I went on to study about the risk of heart attack. It was all about the 3 A's: high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and high glucose. Half of you in this room today would have the first, high cholesterol. This is a true statistics from the Ministry of Health. Very often we think that it's the food that affects us when it comes to high cholesterol. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your father and your mother. Because 70% of cholesterol is being produced by your liver. And that was the case for me. I forgot that my father has high cholesterol. The second risk was high blood pressure. When I met the cardiologist after a good run on Sunday, I met her on Monday. She took up the BP set and started measuring. She looked at me and said, "You are 170, 120. In case you're not familiar with the numbers, the usual person should be 120 and 80. I was 170 and 120. I told the doctor, "Doctor, I feel all right. I don't think I have any headache. I don't think I feel faintish. I think there's something wrong with the meter. Ladies and gentlemen, hypertension is the number 2 cause of death because it leads to stroke. On that day, I realized that because of the lack of sleep, I got very excited. First speech after a long time, couldn't rest. Stress. I wasn't sure where the park and ride of Ulu LRT was, or where EduFly is. And finally, too much salt in your food. By the way, the bihun was very good. And then the doctor put me on medication. After 2 weeks, we found out that indeed it was truly a block. I went in for a procedure to put a stent, it's like an umbrella in the heart, or the heart blood vessels. And today, I'm excited because tomorrow I'm going for my 3rd half marathon after the procedure. Finally, when it comes to diabetes, 1 in 7 of you have it. It's important to know if you have any of these 3 cases. Do not wait until it's too late. My message to you in this short time, ladies and gentlemen, is this is not a story about love and Carole King's Spring Ballad, but it is an important story of your heart. This is not a typical international speech of despair, high values, or self-help. This is a sincere story from my heart for someone who's been given a second chance after almost dying twice. And finally, this is not a National Geographic about Penang food or marathon, but it is a community service reminder to all of you to take a step back and think, do I wait till it's too late? Don't be a typical Malaysian. Do something about it. See your doctor. Find out if you have any risk. For someone who loves to run and eat, I'm thankful that I'm here today. It's never too late. Contestant.